Chapter 86, Forest Ruins. Wang Lin pondered a little. He pointed at Tang Li's spirit and began to absorb it. Tang Li's spirit started to swell up and churn. Then, the blood ball quickly shot up and melted into the spirit. Gradually, the spirit began to shrink, and the ball of meat and bone also melted into the spirit fog. The spirit had changed greatly. It was now a narrow ring that was floating in the air, emitting a gentle light. Wang Lin took a deep breath. He knew that he was already at the last step. He became even more focused as he placed the soul into the ring. After a long time, the ring suddenly emitted a bright light. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he quickly bit the tip of his tongue and spat out blood. The moment the blood touched the ring, there was a sizzling sound and all of the blood instantly disappeared. After the ring fused with the blood, it started to tremble. The ring started to emit a powerful pressure, and all of the living creatures within a kilometer of Wang Lin felt the change. Several powerful auras appeared and quickly charged toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin didn't even bat an eye. He waved his hand, and the ring quickly fused into his chest. A powerful surge of spiritual power suddenly flowed through his body, causing his face to become red. Wang Lin took a deep breath. His body moved and like an arrow as he quickly disappeared into the forest. Not long after he left, a giant python suddenly reared its head. After smelling the area, it revealed a confused expression. After shaking its head, it turned around and left. After that, a 10-foot-tall ape arrived as fast as lightning. It charged into the hole in the tree and searched for a while, then left feeling frustrated. A few more powerful beasts came to check, but they all left in confusion. Wang Lin ran through the jungle with his body filled to the brim with spiritual energy. In addition, as he ran, a foul-smelling black liquid came out of every pore in his body. Wang Lin felt like his body was being torn apart, so he frowned and stopped. After walking in a circle, his eyes flashed, and he activated the attraction technique with the large amount of spiritual energy in his body. The dirt on the ground moved to the side as if there were two giant hands pushing it. Soon, a bottomless pit appeared in the ground. Without a word, Wang Lin jumped into the hole. Then, the dirt was moved back into the hole and everything returned to normal, as if nothing had happened. Sitting cross-legged underground, Wang Lin focused his attention to organize the spiritual energy in his body. His body was constantly changing to foundation establishment. With the silence of being underground and no one bothering him, Wang Lin started his third closed-door training. Time flew by and in the blink of an eye, 2 years had passed. The ground above where Wang Lin was doing his closed-door training was now covered in layers of decomposing leaves with poisonous insects crawling within them. On this day, the ground suddenly shook and countless poisonous insects scrambled out of the leaves. The dead leaves were pushed apart, followed by a layer of dirt from the ground as a dark figure emerged from the hole. The moment the figure appeared, all of the insects let out fearful screams as they quickly backed away. This foundation stealing technique sure is mysterious. I've finally reached foundation establishment. This dark figure was Wang Lin. Wang Lin's gaze was like electricity, and his whole body was filled with powerful spiritual energy. He opened his mouth and spat out a green light that turned into the green flying sword. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. He raised his hand and the sword sheath flew out as he muttered, "After 2 years of refining the sword sheath, it's almost completely mine. When used with the flying sword, its effect must be very powerful." After putting away the sword and sheath, he pondered for a while. Then, he touched the bead on his chest and thought, Sidhu Nan used up too much nascent soul essence 2 years ago when he helped me escape from Tang Li. He also casted a spell that prevented Teng Hueyuan from finding me. He has already been sleeping for more than a year, and I'm not sure when he will wake up. Good thing I have already memorized the underworld ascension method. Now I just have to find a place with a lot of yin energy to practice it. After making up his mind, Wang Lin took a deep breath and spread out his divine sense. He suddenly moved north until he arrived at a river and washed away all of the black dirt on his body. After finally washing all the dirt off, he felt very refreshed. Sitting on a rock near the river, he recalled his previous near-death experience and felt a lot of regret. He didn't know whether Zhang Hu was still alive or not. He prayed that Zhang Hu managed to survive. Letting out a sigh, Wang Lin put away those thoughts as he began to ponder. After a long time, Wang Lin formed a seal with his right hand and shot out a ray white of light. The moment the white light appeared, its color started to change. It changed from white to gray, and its color gradually darkened as it quickly flew towards the west. Wang Lin was stunned. This technique was something Sidhu Nan had taught him. It was used to find a place with very strong yin energy. The darker the color of the light, the closer he was to a place with extreme yin energy. When the light was black, it meant he had found the place. Without a word, Wang Lin quickly chased after the light that had already turned gray. The light turned darker and darker. When the it turned black, it suddenly collapsed and disappeared. Suddenly, Wang Lin stopped. He stared dumbfounded at the distance. He was so shocked that he was unable to say a word. Before him was an endless ruin. There were collapsed buildings and trees as far as the eye could see. The ruins were covered with overgrown vegetation, with small animals running through them, occasionally letting out screeches. There were cracks in the ground that looked like they were devouring the life on the surface. The large amounts of metal wreckage mixed with the growing green vegetation gave off a sense of ruin. The depressing atmosphere would make anyone's heart shudder. Wang Lin took a deep breath. He was completely stunned as he stared at the ruins. Just at that moment, from within one of the towers in the ruins, a pillar of white light shot out. Wang Lin was startled. His expression changed as he turned his head toward the nearby jungle. He saw a small beast covered in blood crawling towards where the pillar of white light landed. There was a wound deep enough to see the bone on its right leg. As it walked, it left behind a trail of blood. After a long time, it finally arrived under the pillar of white light and let out a scream of joy. In only a few seconds, the wound on his leg was mended and the small beast was fully healed. It happily shook its body before leaving the pillar and disappearing into the distance. Currently, the light pillar was still going. Wang Lin stared at it with a dumbfounded expression. Just at that moment, the pillar dissolved into countless silver specks. Wang Lin stared at that location and kept observing. Half an hour later, the light pillar appeared again. This cycle continued several times. After watching it for a whole day, Wang Lin was finally able to gain some insight. According to Wang Lin's judgment, this light pillar had something to do with sunlight. It seemed that although this place was in ruins, there were still some functioning treasures. After absorbing enough light, it will activate its ability. And it seemed that a lot of wild beasts knew of the healing effect of the light pillar. Within that day, Wang Lin saw no less than 20 wounded wild beasts making their way to the pillar. Seeing that it was getting dark, Wang Lin calculated that the last pillar was about to appear. Without any hesitation, he charged forward and stuck his hand into the light pillar. He felt a very warm air flowing through the light. This was not the feeling of spiritual power, but something Wang Lin had never felt before. While slowly feeling the air current, Wang Lin's eyes lit up. He cut his arm and put it inside the light pillar. In the blink of an eye, the wound was healed. Wang Lin pondered for a while. Without a word, he moved within the ruin and arrived before a large tower. This was the ruin of a giant cylindrical tower. Looking from the outside, it was clear that part of the tower had fallen over. However, even with just the ruin, it was clear how glorious it once was. 2 giant statues holding swords stood, and on top of them was a tower about 30 meters high. Wang Lin stared at the ruin. His mind couldn't help but imagine the moment that this once glorious tower snapped in half and part of it fell down on the 2 statues. The light pillar came from a stone bead that was about 2 meters in diameter at the top of the tower. While standing next to the stone bead, Wang Lin began to hesitate. The stone bead was too large and couldn't easily be moved. He also wasn't sure how the stone bead healed. He was afraid that if he removed it, it would stop it from working. After thinking about it again, he didn't carelessly act, but started to observe the area instead. Gradually, Wang Lin's expression became strange. After checking the area, he found that something was off. In some of the well-preserved ruins, there were porcelain wares that were still intact. Some of them even had a black substance in them. The sky was getting even darker now. Wang Lin quickly left the ruin. When the sky was completely dark, Wang Lin arrived back at the jungle. He stared back at the ruins with shining eyes.